Hi and welcome back to Larand Gaming, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. I'm Larand, and yes, we are back in higher realms again, and this time we're gonna cover a different mastery. This time we're gonna go into the mining mastery. So if we go here over in the stats, we're gonna go straight to the point. We have the 4 categories. We did forestry the last time, and now we have mining, and this is what happens if you maximize mining. You get access to the stone pickaxe, you get the copper pickaxe, you get iron pickaxe, cobalt pickaxe, and finally you unlock the gold pickaxe, which is currently the strongest pickaxe in the game. As you can see, there's a lot of different ores that you can mine, and also some rocks. We're actually going to start with the forest, and why go to the forest when we have a mine, you might wonder. But there is actually something that you need to mine in here, and that's clay. You have seen me do it before if you have seen my videos before, but it's basically over in the river here in the forest. So we're gonna go there just to show you, even in this episode, how to get that clay. I think most of you already know this by now, but here it is. We have a lot of clay. What you do, run around, just grab as much clay as you need, and you will get experience towards the mining mastery, and you will level up. And once you are done, you can advance to the next area. But this is what it will look like. So you have this clay mud, and you need to get it up to level 15. But then you unlock the possibility to craft a mug and a clay vase. We're gonna take a look at those on my island a little bit later. But this was just to show you that you need to go to the forest as well if you want to unlock all the underlings in this category. But now we're gonna go over to the mines. Yes, and here we are in the mines, and we're gonna start taking them one by one. So we have the regular stone. This is obtainable basically in every single area, but also the basalt is something that you can get from this place. As you can see, this is what they look like. And together with coal, it also has a nice block that you can make. We're gonna take a look at that one a little bit later on my island. If you feel like it's too little coal here, you can actually find a whole lot more coal down here, as you can see. So if you drop down here, you have a lot of coal. For some reason, it seems like this place is the place to go when you want to find a good amount of coal. Alright, so let's continue to the next area. So this area is not guarded by any enemies or anything like that, so it's safe to be here. Next area, level 5+. Here, you're gonna encounter copper for the first time. This is copper. And you know what? I'm gonna craft myself a torch. Why not have a torch in my hand? That will help us to take a look at all the different ores. So here we have a torch. I'm gonna hold it. Well, that didn't look comfortable, but yeah, we have a torch. So we get a little bit of light here. But this is copper, and I think currently copper is only obtainable in this area. It was mixed earlier, but they changed it. So this is where you go to get copper. There is also cobblestone here, but this is basically just regular stone that you can turn into cobblestone. So it's no big deal. You will have plenty of those regardless. And the next area is level 10+. In this area, you will be able to mine marble and iron, the ones that you can see over there. The marble is the one that is a little bit brighter. The tricky part in this area is to actually find a place where you can be alone. And in the past, it was also copper here, but that has been removed. But as you can see, if I stand here, you're most likely gonna encounter some enemy trying to find a path up to my location. Sometimes it works just fine, but don't expect to be all by yourself here unless there is someone else on a public server grinding. Just gonna wait and see if I can actually be alone here for once. He's getting closer. He fell down. So you can get a surprise attack when you do this, but overall it's a decent place to stand at and do the mining. And from here you go on to the next area, which is level 15+. And here is also same kind of ore. It's just that there is one lonely enemy here that is more dangerous. So we're gonna move on to the next area. This area is level 15+. this is where you can get cobalt, and as you can see, it's a fairly large room with a lot of cobalt, and if you don't have cobalt in like a safe area like this, just mine everything and you will get most likely some of them will return or respawn as cobalt. So just remove any regular stone like this and you will have probably much more cobalt in just a few seconds. Yeah, and we got even more cobalt now, so this is a good and safe place to mine cobalt. There are some other places here that could be more convenient. I stood up here, did a lot of cobalt mining, but now they have added one more enemy over here. I'm not entirely sure about its pathfinding, but this area was very good for me, at least when I did level up my cobalt. But enough about the cobalt, we're gonna go into the last area as well, and this is level 20 plus. This is my favorite area. I think this is most well designed. I love the atmosphere in here, and you have flamelets as the enemy, and you can mine silver and gold. You also have some coal blocks here, but those blocks is something that we will craft out from regular coal from the first area, so those are not really a big deal. Currently I think there's more gold than silver, to be honest, but you can get silver here also. So getting gold was a pain earlier, but now it's much easier to get gold blocks. However, it does require a pretty high level to get the underling. This is what the silver looks like, by the way. This one was straight up the opposite when I did the leveling, so it was silver just about everywhere and not that much gold. But well, as you can see, there's a lot of gold now, but not that much silver. So I'm not sure entirely which will go faster, but the fact that you need so much gold, I do think gold will still take much longer to get the underling, comparing it to the silver one, if you do it from scratch. But now, let's go back to the private island. And here we are on my private island again, and things has changed since last episode. This time I have placed all the mining related underlings here on the field, so we can take a closer look at them, what they do and how they behave. One thing I can tell you right away, by the way, so this is the underling anchor position, and this is the normal spawn pattern, all these white blocks that you can see here. So this is the pattern basically where the blocks will spawn. The thing is that this is all good with all the different underlings. As you can see here, it spawns directly on these white blocks that I placed, except for one, and that's the stone underling, the easiest one to get. That one has a different spawn pattern, so you will see when a block spawns, it will not spawn actually on the white block. So I think this is like 3x3 spawn pattern with this one in the center. So a little bit of a different spawn pattern. So if you make like a standardized grid and for some reason you want to use a stone underling, I don't really see a good purpose why you should use a stone underling, because you're gonna get so much stone regardless when you do the mastery. But then it could be good to know that the pattern is different on this underling. Okay, so this is what you can build out of this material when you have unlocked all the underlings, as you can see over here. We're gonna start with the easy one, the stone, and if you process the stone that he gathers, like this, you can craft stone block or cobblestone. Both are just one stone each, and this is what they look like. Decoration piece is a campfire. It doesn't serve a purpose other than it's just a decoration piece, so you can't burn yourself or anything like that. The underling itself looks like this. Yeah, he's a hard worker, for sure. And this is what a wall pattern would look like if you just put this regular stone block up as a wall. Moving on to the next one, the clay block. The underling, we're gonna start with him. He looks a little bit more concerned. But yeah, that's okay. He's a hard worker as well. And the blocks that you can make, first of all, we're gonna grab the resource, the clay. You can make this clay block. This one you can put a color on, which is great. Very useful block, by the way. Out of that you can also make 2 decoration pieces. One is a mug and the other one is a vase, a clay vase. You can combine clay with, say, stone in the first area to make this stone brick block. Looks like that. But if you combine the clay with marble, you get a clay version of the very same block. However, I see actually that the texture pattern is mirrored. But yeah, that's a small detail. But if you only use clay in itself, you can also make regular bricks, which is, I love bricks. Those are just awesome. Moving on to basalt. This is the only block that you can build out of basalt. You don't get access to any more decoration pieces, at least not currently. Looking at the underling itself, this one looks angry. Yep, that's an angry underling. We're gonna grab the basalt, we're gonna take it from him, and this is what the wall pattern will look like if you build out of basalt blocks. Alright, moving on to the next one. This is coal. This is the coal block that you can build out of the coal. Gonna take a look at the underling. The underling is over here, and yeah, this one looks pretty neutral, I would say. Yeah, maybe not too happy, but not at least angry. We're gonna grab the coal, and if you decide to make a wall out of coal, that's what this wall will look like. So that's the wall pattern. And then we get over to copper. Out of copper you can make this copper block, and the underling itself has a very cool metallic helmet on him. This helm reflects the colors of this sky, which is just fantastic. I love this because it really feels metallic. If you decide to make a wall, this is also what it will look like. This is slightly darker in the shade comparing to gold. We will take a look at gold the last, so we will get to that one also. The next one is going to be iron. This is the iron block. Looks like that. Reminds you probably a lot of the silver block that you will see later, but iron block is slightly darker, not much, and the texture itself is also slightly different, but very, very similar. You can make this metal grate, as you can see here. So that's a decoration piece. Looks great. Looks great. That's what it looks like. And the underling itself, here it's also even more obvious that it reflects the skybox. We can change the skybox just to show you that it actually does change together with it. So if we change the storm, now the reflection will be more bluish, as you can see here. We're gonna go back, but I like the helmet reflection. That is very cool. And we're gonna take the ore. As you can see here also, this is something important. You can get mystic iron fragments from these workers, and you can also get it by doing the regular mining. And this is a critical component when you're gonna work with harvesting, and I will cover that in a later episode because that's a different mastery. But I'm gonna grab the iron and this mystic iron fragment. If you decide to build a wall, this is what that wall will look like. And this is marble. Looks like this. This is the marble block. We're gonna take a look at the underling. The underling looks like this. Yeah, kind of, I don't know, neutral face. Working hard. Seems to be stuck inside the block right now, but managed to get out. We're gonna grab the marble. Looks like that when it's not processed. And once you make these cubes and make a wall, this is what the wall pattern will look like. Alright, so 3 more. And here we have cobalt. And this is what the cobalt block looks like. It's very, very blue. And so is the underling. Very, very cool color. And this one also has this metallic feeling to the helm and all. Really like that a lot. Gonna grab the raw resource, the cobalt, and if you decide to build a wall or any kind of structure, this is what it will look like. And then we have silver. Silver block. Here you have actually decoration pieces again. You have this plate that you can build. Is it called plate? I'm gonna take a look. So it's a plate set. So if I can put the silver block back here, and then I can add the plates here. So this is a nice decoration piece for sure. And then we have also this like outdoor umbrella that requires also silver when you do the crafting, and also cloth, so it does require a little bit more grinding than this plate set. The underling is also a little bit of a metallic feel, really cool looking, and also has a different kind of helm, unique in its appearance and really cool. The wall, if you decide to build a wall out of silver blocks, it will look like this, and this is very close to the iron block, but we can, if we build an iron block just to compare, so if we can build 5 and we can add them here, you can see that there is a difference, as you can see, but it's not much. I think the silver block is closer to a window feel comparing it to the iron block, but that's just what I think. And then last we have the gold block. This one is really cool. This is much brighter than the copper block. The underling has this kind of metallic helm, very cool underling, I must say. And we're gonna grab the, well, this also, by the way, just like the iron underling, this one can give a mystic gold fragment, and it's also related to farming and harvesting. So that one is for a different episode, but it's a critical component and we need it. Gonna grab the gold and that mystic fragment, and this is what this wall looks like, and this one is much brighter than the copper, so if we decide to, maybe we can just craft a few copper blocks just to compare, just like we did with iron and silver. So we make 5 of those, and then it becomes pretty obvious that they are very different. So yeah, as you can see, very different color, but if you just see them one by one and can't compare them, then they feel like it's pretty similar. And that's the mining mastery and what you unlock and get access to if you have fulfilled and finished all that mastery. So that's additional 10 underlings, and I'm pretty sure that that's the category that gives the most underlings. So the forestry, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underlings. Mining, you will get 10. Combat we will cover in probably next episode, and we will end up with farming, and farming will also give you additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 underlings. So mining is the biggest one in terms of unlocking underlings. Alright, so in any case, that was all I had for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. Like this video if you would like to see more content from higher realms. Please subscribe, and yes, have a nice day. Bye everyone.